AD says, "Hi Lee, how do you encourage others to join in and participate to avoid the same voices taking over?" Really cool question.
Yeah, I can see why that got a lot of votes. So there's two thoughts I've got on this. One is it the same voices who are leading the community practice, and there's always one or two people who always seem to take charge and dominate what happens in the COP? Or is it when there's discussions or presentations, it's always the same people sharing that information or giving feedback? If it's the first one in terms of leadership, which matches with some of the questions later down, you could try and have it where you encourage rotating leadership or different people just to open and close the sessions. So that's something we tried. Often I was the person who would not only set up the sessions, but start them and close them. And if it was like an interactive thing, it might be me doing the entire thing. And so when we had retrospectives, one time we had a feedback of less Lee, which is hard not to say personally, but they meant it in a nice way of other people should be standing up there talking.
Yeah, got it.
So yeah, it's for that, it's encouraging other people that they can do things. Anyone can go, this is what we're going to talk about today, blah, 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 and so forth. If it's people constantly chipping in during the sessions or offering feedback or questions, it could be dependent on their skill levels. So if you've got some people who are very experienced and you've also got a lot of people who are very new to testing or whatever this community practice is about, they feel that they're more a consumer at that point and they haven't got much information to offer in. What you could also do is when the community practice is set up is effectively have a social contract of what rules make it a good community. A way of doing that is when you begin your community practice, go what would be a bad example of the community spirit? What don't we want to do? And therefore go, right, we don't want to do X, Y, Z. We don't want one person talking all the time. We don't want one person always giving the presentations and it's just about them. Okay, what can we do to prevent that? This is what we will agree with as a community. And so you can go, well, hang on, you've been talking for 10 minutes. We agreed no more than 5 or let other people speak. Another thought is it could also be the personality types of the people. So if you've got people who are theorists or reflectors, they feel that they don't want to speak at that time and they want to take the information in and think back on it. And again, if you've got a Confluence or equivalent page afterwards, they can share their thoughts, comments to go, oh, I like the information that person said. I didn't have a question at the time, but now I do. And here it is. So again, it's reinforcing that the community of practices are more than just the physical interaction sessions. They're continuous communities, not just an hour a week, fortnight, month, however you do it. So it's giving different channels for people necessarily to share their voice, not just always being the ones speaking in those sessions.
That is very cool. I really like what you said about like it was almost like you reversed the question. It's like, okay, what would a terrible community look like? Like what would the bad example? That's really plagiarizing that one right now. Okay.
Well, I will admit I didn't come up with that. Where I did get that from, and it's going to come up sooner or later. There is a wonderful book called Building Successful Communities of Practice. It was done by an amazing woman called Emily Webber. She has previously presented at Test Brighton last year. She also did a workshop on that time as well. The book's on Amazon. She does all sorts of great stuff. And she suggested it in there, and it's perfect. It's like the Bible of how to do a community practice. So if anyone's looking to start one or doing one and they want a bit of tweaking and they're not sure what to do, best £12 ever. Really love it. £12. People would pay a lot more than that to get her into a company. So £12, bargain.
Yeah, definitely a bargain. Excellent shout. Yeah, go get that book. Definitely head over to the dojo and check out that talk.